Hello everyone! Today we are on the south side of Charlotte again at the Steel Creek Presbyterian Church to find the gravesite of Colonel Robert Irwin, who was one of the signers of the Mecklenburg Declaration of Independence. The Irwin family, originally known as the Irvines, came to Chester, Pennsylvania from Ireland around the year 1730, and Robert Irwin was born on August 26, 1738. When Robert's father died in Pennsylvania in 1763, Robert sold the land that he gained in his inheritance to one of his brothers and moved south to North Carolina, where he settled in the southwestern part of the Mecklenburg County known as Steel Creek. Although Robert did not have a formal education, he and his siblings married into some of the most honorable families in Steel Creek. Robert's first wife was a woman named Mary Alexander, who was also from Pennsylvania, and together they had 10 children. Robert also served as one of the first bench elders of the Steel Creek Church for 20 years. Robert Irwin was one of the 27 men who met through the night on May 19th and 20th of 1775 to draft and sign the Mecklenburg County Declaration of Independence, and he was also one of the members of the Mecklenburg Convention 11 days later. He proved to be one of the most active voices leading the people of Mecklenburg into and through the Revolutionary War. He also served as a member of the North Carolina Provincial Congress in April and May of 1776. Irwin's service during the American Revolutionary War is well documented. He was appointed as a captain under Colonel Thomas Polk in the Mecklenburg County Regiment of the Militia. As captain, he led his company at the Battle of the Cane Brake in South Carolina on December 22, 1775, and in the infamous Snow Campaign in South Carolina from December 23rd through the 30th of 1775. While he was in South Carolina, the North Carolina Provincial Congress created the 2nd Battalion of Salisbury District Minutemen on December 21, 1775, and appointed Thomas Polk as Colonel Commandant. Captain Robert Irwin was now assigned to the 2nd Battalion of Salisbury District Minutemen. He led his company at the Battle of Moores Creek Bridge on February 27, 1776, but all Minutemen regiments were disbanded on April 10, 1776. Soon thereafter, Captain Irwin returned to the Mecklenburg County Regiment Militia, which was now under the direction of Colonel Adam Alexander. He engaged in General Rutherford's campaign against the Cherokees during the summer and fall of 1776, and in January of 1777, after the death of Lieutenant Colonel John Pfeiffer, Irwin was commissioned as Lieutenant Colonel under Colonel Adam Alexander in the Mecklenburg County Regiment of the Militia. In the fall of 1778, Irwin was commissioned as the 2nd Colonel alongside Colonel George Alexander in the Mecklenburg County Regiment of Militia, replacing Colonel Adam Alexander, who had resigned his commission. Colonel Irwin became the Colonel Commandant by the winter of 1780 after Colonel George Alexander resigned. Irwin retained his command until the end of the war in 1783. Robert Irwin was commanding the Mecklenburg County Militia, joined with Patriot Militia under Thomas Sumter, and fighting strategically against Loyalist militia forces in South Carolina at the Battle of Rocky Mount on August 1, 1780. The Patriot militias attacked a fortified British outpost manned by Loyalists under General George Turnbull. After heavy fighting, the Patriots were forced to retreat. This was a tactical loss, but the battle was part of a larger campaign to harass the British and rally local support for the Patriot cause. Sumter and Irwin fought together again 5 days later at the Battle of Hanging Rock on August 6, 1780. Sumter again attacked a large British and Loyalist outpost positioned along a key road between Camden, South Carolina and Charlotte, North Carolina. The British had around 1,400 troops, but Sumter attacked with about 800 men in a surprise assault. The Patriots fought fiercely and inflicted heavy casualties. However, instead of pressing the attack to a full defeat, many of Sumter's men broke out of their ranks to loot the British camp. Sumter withdrew, but the battle was considered a Patriot victory anyway due to the high British losses and the disruption of their supply lines. This battle was part of the famous guerrilla-style engagements that helped weaken the British control and boosted Patriot morale. After these battles, Robert Irwin went on to be promoted to the rank of a general. He was marching, planning to join with Major General Horatio Gates at the Battle of Camden in South Carolina, but became seriously ill and had to go back home before that battle. After the war, Robert Irwin served as a long-term North Carolina state senator, the first ever elected from Mecklenburg County, in the years 1778 to 1783, and again in 1787, 1795, and finally from 1797 until 1800. He also married again after his first wife, Mary Alexander, passed away, this time to a woman named Mary Berry in March of 1798. Both of his wives, both of whom were named Mary, may potentially have been the daughters of other signers of the Mecklenburg Declaration of Independence. Robert Irwin died at his residence in Steel Creek and was buried here at the Steel Creek Church Cemetery. The inscription on his tombstone reads, "Sacred to the memory of General Robert Irwin, who departed this life the 23rd of December, 1800, aged 62 years. Also to the memory of Mary Irwin, his wife, who departed this life the 24th of March, 1796, aged 42 years." I find it interesting that both of his wives were named Mary, and I'm not sure which wife he is buried beside. His graving also includes the description of his character: great, noble, generous, good, and brave.